Welcome and thanks for joining. This presentation looks at cybersecurity in 2025 and why the digital world feels more complex and dangerous than ever. Over the next slides, we'll explore the escalating threats, the human and technological factors driving risk, and practical pathways organizations and individuals can follow to build real resilience. Think of cyber risk as a rising tide. As systems, devices, and supply chains interconnect, complexity soars and attackers find more entry points. In this section, we'll unpack how that growing complexity increases uncertainty, amplifies cascading failures, and makes simple defensive postures increasingly inadequate in a fast-moving digital environment. The financial scale here is striking. Industry estimates put global cybercrime costs at around $9.22 trillion today and project $13.82 trillion by 2028, roughly a 50% jump. Those numbers underline that cyber insecurity isn't just a tech problem, it's an economic one that demands coordinated, strategic action now to avoid exponentially higher damage. A widening cyber divide is emerging between well-resourced, cyber-resilient organizations and smaller, vulnerable entities. While some firms invest in teams, budgets, and rapid response, many suppliers and smaller businesses remain exposed, creating systemic risks across sectors that can amplify the impact of successful attacks across entire supply chains. Cybercrime pays no heed to borders. Attacks can be launched from anywhere and cascade across continents within minutes. The map visuals remind us that geographic defenses are largely irrelevant in cyberspace, and that interconnected critical infrastructure means a single breach can have global consequences unless we design defenses with that reality in mind. The threat landscape itself is evolving rapidly, driven by automation, AI, and more sophisticated social engineering. Threat actors move faster and more stealthily, while new vectors like supply chain and AI-enabled phishing complicate detection. This slide sets up the specific threats we need to watch and prepare for in 2025. 4 threats stand out this year: ransomware that targets critical infrastructure, AI-powered phishing that personalizes attacks at scale, supply chain compromises that exploit trusted vendors, and advanced persistent threats that conduct long-term, stealthy campaigns. Each of these trends raises stakes for defenders and requires different layers of prevention, detection, and response. Let's look at a real pattern from 2025. A ransomware surge hit hospitals and utilities simultaneously, causing outages and risk to lives, while attackers used AI to automate reconnaissance and tailor ransom demands. Early reports suggest billions paid in ransoms and wide underreporting, highlighting how quickly impacts multiply when critical services are targeted. AI is a double-edged sword in cybersecurity. It accelerates detection, pattern recognition, and automated response for defenders, but it also enables attackers to scale attacks, craft convincing social engineering, and evolve malware. The result is a technology-driven arms race where the same advances that protect us can be repurposed to harm. On one side, attackers use AI for ultra-fast vulnerability scanning, adaptive malware, and deepfakes that impersonate trusted parties, while defenders deploy real-time detection, behavioral analytics, and predictive intelligence to spot anomalies and automate containment. The balance of capabilities is shifting constantly, making continuous innovation and information sharing essential. This arms race has turned cybersecurity into a contest of speed and algorithmic advantage, where milliseconds and model accuracy can determine outcomes. The proliferation of sophisticated AI tools changes the calculus for both offensive and defensive operations, and organizations must adapt to a world where technological superiority often dictates who gains the upper hand. Despite all the technology, people remain the linchpin of security. Human error, weak habits, and lack of awareness are still primary infection vectors, so sustained training, clear processes, and a culture that encourages cautious behavior are as important as any technical control in reducing risk across an organization. Pause before clicking, protect your accounts with strong, unique passwords and multi-factor authentication, and report suspicious activity immediately are simple habits that matter. Embedding these behaviors into daily routines dramatically reduces exposure, and awareness campaigns emphasize that early detection and reporting can prevent small incidents from becoming catastrophic. Consider a job seeker who received a polished offer email. The lure looked legitimate, AI-enhanced phishing bypassed initial skepticism, and by the time red flags appeared, it was too late, leading to identity theft and financial loss. This example shows how quickly realistic scams can unfold and why ongoing awareness and vigilance are critical, especially for vulnerable groups. Building cyber resilience means more than firewalls. It's about systems, people, and processes that can absorb shocks and recover quickly. Resilience combines prevention, rapid detection, practiced response plans, and investments in redundancy so organizations can maintain critical functions even when parts of their ecosystem are compromised. Practical strategies for 2025 include investing in AI-driven defense tools for real-time detection, hardening supply chain relationships through continuous assessment, fostering public-private intelligence sharing to coordinate responses, and promoting cyber equity so smaller organizations gain access to shared resources and training that close the resilience gap. The economics chart highlights a clear point. Organizations with mature cybersecurity programs consistently face much lower costs from breaches, ransomware, and business disruption. Proactive investment in robust security typically reduces incident costs by roughly 40%, turning defensive spending into a strategic advantage rather than a mere compliance burden. True resilience emerges from collaboration and innovation rather than isolated measures. Combining cutting-edge technology with cross-sector partnerships and shared intelligence creates security ecosystems that can adapt to evolving threats. And only by working together can organizations build defenses strong enough to withstand sophisticated, distributed attacks. So what's next? The road ahead requires decisive action, strengthen technology, share intelligence, and elevate individual awareness. Complacency invites catastrophe, so this is a call to act now, to align strategies across sectors and levels so we move from reactive firefighting to proactive resilience building as a collective priority. In summary, the choice is ours: invest in resilience today or pay a far higher price tomorrow. We must empower individuals with awareness, equip organizations with advanced tools and processes, and pursue global coordination to protect the digital future. Together, those steps offer a clear roadmap to safeguard critical systems and communities.